What's up, Tom? What do you mean, like, in that image? In the Bridge Guy video, you think that there might be actually two people there? Like maybe one hiding behind the other? I often wondered that. You can kind of see something sticking up. I just figured that was more anomaly from the footage. What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Patricia, Lisa, B, what's going on? Oh, shout out to Indiana. What's up, Detroit? Heather, Lisa, Jari, Tracy. Yeah, we got Jill. Metal Mama, what's up? TTM, Susan, Miss Thorne. Alright, guys. It's going to be another scatterbrain episode. That beat gets a little funky at the end. So what's up, guys? Happy Friday. What's the word? What's the haps? Thanks, DTM. It's always good to see you. We're just going to hang out, drop some facts, speculate on those facts, try to dig up some dirt, maybe kick up some dirt. Who knows? Jumping lives. Oh, you sipping, throwing a few back. Salute. What's up, Jinx? Sure, I missed a bunch of people. Either way, what's up? See you. What's up, Jessica? Let's hear some facts. Before we get into any facts, let's dig up some random dirt from Indiana. All right, this is out of the Indy Star. Suspected Texas killer caught in Indiana. Now, this is back in 2015, and this is why I asked the group over in the Discord for the members Discord. When did Richard Allen start working at the CVS? Does anybody know? Can you punch that in, what you think? Or if you know, can you type it in the chat? Either way, this article is interesting, and it got me wondering, when Richard Allen started working at CVS, and you'll know why here in a second. All right, so November 18th, 2015, police converged on the CVS parking lot in Delphi, Indiana, late Tuesday to catch 22-year-old David James Brown, who was accused of murder in Montgomery County, Texas. After receiving a tip that Brown might be hiding out in rural Buck Creek home, Tippecanoe County Sheriff's deputies started watching the house Tuesday. Tippecanoe County Sheriff's Major Charlie Williams said, when Brown left the house, police followed him eastbound into Delphi, where Tippecanoe County, Carroll County deputies, and Delphi police converged on Brown's car. He gave up without an incident, Williams said. Brown was booked into the Tippecanoe County Jail about 10:30 p.m., according to the online records, but Williams said Brown is fighting extradition back to Montgomery County. So fast forward, this guy is now facing a life sentence without the possibility of parole. I think that was his plea. But I just thought it was strange. In 2015, why is this guy traveling so far just to go to the CVS? What would be his purpose? 2 killers in one parking lot. What are the odds? David James Brown. All the killers go to that CVS. I thought you knew that. I don't know if it's a great find, Indy, but it's just kind of strange. Certain things just pop out now. Like, why is this killer traveling to go to that CVS? How many random killers go to any random CVS? Hello, Vincina. Vincina? Sorry. What's up, Ken? Buck Creek is not in Delphi. It's in Tippecanoe. But they followed him. They got a tip that he was in. It says here a tip that he was there in a rural Buck Creek home. So I'm assuming that's why Tippecanoe County was on the case. Then they did like a stakeout. And then when he got in his vehicle, they followed him all the way to Delphi for some reason, to the CVS. Maybe they're just waiting for him to stop. All right. What else? Let's keep digging here. See if we can get something weirder. What's this? Right. This one is under religion, spiritualism, and occult. Thought this was strange. Maybe you Wiccans out there can confirm this. All right. I think this was Wikipedia. So the ritual is called crossing the bridge. The Wiccan rite of passage ritual performed at death. In a sense, witches see the spirit of the deceased crossing a bridge from a physical plane to the spiritual. The ritual is performed to help the departed make that transition. With the Wiccan belief in reincarnation, this is a celebration of the completion of another lifetime, with its attendant lessons and experiences. The format of the ritual varies from one tradition to another. Some include a spiral dance connected to the Paleogenesis or rebirth theme. Others perform a ritual play, reenacted, for example, the descent of the goddess into the underworld and her safe return. The deceased is honored and survivors comforted, and as a celebration, there is feasting, singing, and dancing. Looks like they took that out of the Witch Book, the Encyclopedia of Witchcraft, Wicca, and Neo Paganism, 2002. Thought that was interesting. Butt Creek? You got swervy thumbs. Apparently, you got to look through one eye. Okay, you're going through one eye and you'll be good. Beach Faces, Richard Allen was demoted in some way from, which is interesting. I wonder if he just wasn't up to the job or something else. Well, I found a news. Well, I kind of clipped a little piece from a news release right when he was arrested, and they talk about how he doesn't have any prior charges, but he has an incident, and during that incident, he was hospitalized. Like that was the outcome. The conclusion or his punishment was like, hey, maybe, that was his way, like, hey, I agree, like I need to go to this hospital. What's up, Lakeside? Stephanie. Vanessa. You need a designated texter or typer. Yeah, Cheryl, I thought that was weird too. Just trying out some of these theories, piecing together a profile. It kind of relates to motive. Like, what the hell? Why would you target these girls? Why are they on that bridge? Why are they crossing this bridge? Did they need somebody to cross the bridge? I don't know. That could be just really far. But just trying it out. What's up, Nana? Hey, Digital. Ruckus. What's up, Ruckus? Mark, how you doing? Curious what goddess was being referred to. Sounds a bit like Inanna, but I don't know if Wiccans recognize her. Was that I wonder if just pagan across the board, if they share a lot of the same beliefs. It's like, as long as it's not Jesus, we'll do it. Just hanging out, Ruckus. Happy Friday, man. Good to see you. Hey, Mandy. Beach has domestic incident. Yeah, I think I saw that. But he was in training to be a manager for CVS, and then he went back down to pharmacy tech for some reason too. Do you know when he started working? I'm just curious. I mean, how crazy would it be if that dude from Texas, who is a murderer, had some kind of affiliation with Richard Allen? Maybe there's a whole side of him that we couldn't even imagine. Right on, Digital. So we plan to squeeze. We're going to keep squeezing. I mean, this case has a whole lot of momentum. I think people forget that they're still looking for others that are involved, and there's a lot of secrecy. And with that secrecy comes speculation. That's what happens when law enforcement doesn't provide the facts. We're left here to speculate. By pressure, at least when it comes to the truth. Something like this.
You're terminated, fucker.
Something like that. Mars, I was watching from Pluto. It's a good comparison. Okay, now time for some facts. We will start right here. I guess we'll start with the facts first, and then we'll get to the bloodlust.
Indianapolis, WTHR reports that the Carroll County Prosecutor's Office wants any discovery material emerging in this case to be covered under a protective order, meaning it could not be shared with anyone outside those involved in the case. However, there is action being taken to try and prevent that from happening. A bail hearing for Richard Allen, the prime suspect in the murders of Abby Williams and Libby German, was set for Friday, but the defense team will not be ready. And the March 20th trial date also expected to be delayed.
Fact. That was fact number 1. We might even have 2 more facts. What's up, Stephanie? Nobody. What's up? Glad you're here. Happy Friday. Hanging out. Susan, what's up? You're terminated. The Delphi Terminator. But instead of like a humanoid machine, it's got tentacles, like the Matrix. What are those things called? Can't remember. Stephanie says, I bet they found a treasure trove of CP on Richard Allen's devices. I don't know. I can't help. I get this feeling like somebody was covering for him. You know, you don't want to go too far down that rabbit hole, but sometimes you want to look and see if you can find anything to back up that claim. Not to get into any kind of like confirmation bias type situation, but just something extra to put in front of you. Try to paint that picture. If anything, for our own understanding. All right, and here comes fact number 2.
Hearing for Richard Allen, who was the sole suspect in the Delphi murders. We'll have to wait. Court officials say a hearing scheduled for Friday will be postponed as requested by the defense. Allen's attorney asked Judge Fran Gall for a delay as they needed additional time to review evidence turned over by the state. They also asked to delay Allen's trial, which is scheduled to start next month. This week marks 6 years since the girls were found dead. A new date for the bail hearing has not been scheduled.
Or has it?
Not be coming until this summer. CBS 4's Max Lewis joins us now to break down a delay and the next steps in the Well, good evening, Max.
Hey, good evening, Debbie. Yeah, the details were hashed out in the virtual hearing this afternoon. The next court date for Richard Allen is now set for June. Allen is charged, of course, with the murders of Libby German and Abby Williams back in 2017. The girls' bodies were found near the Monon High Bridge Trail on Delphi on Valentine's Day morning that year. Allen's defense attorneys requested to push back the hearing schedule so they can have more time to go over the state's vast amount of evidence. The next hearing is set for June 15th and 16th, and that will determine whether Allen will be held on bail. The trial is also delayed. There is no new date set at this point. We do know that it is happening in Carroll County with a jury that is going to be selected from the Fort Wayne area. We'll stay on top of it as it continues to develop. In the studio, I'm Max Lewis.
Delphi.
Oop. Before I forget, I want to ask a question. Actually, let me do this. I was thinking if there really was like corruption involved. Sorry. If there really was like corruption involved, I think the main question that we should ask would be who has the original video from Libby's phone? So I think if for whatever reason they no longer have that original video, I think officially something's up. What do you guys think about that? What's up, JJ? Good to see you. Can agree with that. What do you think about that question? I mean, what if they're like, oh, we lost it, or we had it on a flash drive, but it was corrupted? You know, if they don't have that original footage right now, I'm telling you something is not right. That would be the straw for me that broke the camel's back. Because we often forget about it. You know, we're so distracted by all this other stuff, we never stop to think, like, where's that video? Who has that video? Who has the phone, for that matter? One of them has it. I don't know who, but one of them's got it. So I think we need to start asking that question a little bit more. That'll be a good way for us to find out what's going on with that. Like, we don't want to see it. Who has it? Where is it? Forget about releasing it. Where is it? You know? I guess we can move on to, I thought this was pretty interesting. We'll start with the article. Okay, so this I pulled from Law and Crime, and this is not it in its entirety. This is like somewhere starting in the middle. Mark says it would be highly suspicious if it disappeared. I agree 100%. Yeah. Hashtag where's Libby's video? Carroll County should have it. Yeah, they should. And hopefully they do. So I hear somewhere along the way during these proceedings that they lost that video. I'm going nuclear. Should. What's up, Jamie? Who'd I miss? Jamie, I got Mark. Who else is strolling in? Did I get you, Tracy? Yeah, I think so. BuzzFeed print edition. I'm not getting the timing. Defendant arrested in October. Agrees to a hearing in February. Now defendant agrees to continuance until June. Because of the delay in pros handing over evidence. Yep. You got it. Stephanie says, I think the video is 45 seconds, 43 seconds. I think Libby threw her phone at some point. Could have. I heard it was about 20 feet away from where they were found. Susan says, if her video is gone, something high up is involved. Yep. It would definitely piss me off. I'm not saying that's 100% meaning that, but I definitely, because I'm already suspicious of all this kind of weird stuff. And just the vibes with the case in general. When you talk about the video, I always remember the live with the laptop icons. What's up, Big Fish? What's going on, Jamie? Happy Friday. Richard Allen is innocent. Yeah. Okay, let's jump right into this. Courtney Spinelli, a reporter for the Fox affiliate, spoke to one of Allen's neighbors. That man, Joey Sornick, Surik, can't pronounce that, indicated that he saw a couple of police cars at Allen's property last week, but didn't think much of it. Spinelli also said neighbors saw officers digging up a fire pit in Allen's yard. And that's his fire pit. So the image title, screen grab, WIXN screen grab, shows what reporters described as a fire pit behind Richard Allen's house. So I actually tracked down that video. We'll watch it. It's pretty interesting. Who also assigned reporter Max Lewis to talk to locals, said that most residents felt a sense of relief that an arrest had been made. Many denizens of Delphi praised the German and Williams families for their strength over the years. Several said they were glad to offer their friendship and support in the face of extreme grief. Hold on. Some said the arrest meant the beginning of putting the ordeal behind the small community. Others suggested that the killings themselves pretended the end of an innocence that could never be fully recovered. Chandler Underhill, the manager of the brick and mortar pub, told WXIN that Allen was somewhat of a regular at his establishment. The TV station used the phrase fairly frequent customer. I would talk, he wouldn't say much. Underhill reportedly said of Allen, he seems like a normal guy. One of my servers was telling me that he wouldn't speak much, Underhill added. Underhill also underscored the fears of many in the community that a local person, not a stranger from somewhere else, was reportedly under some form of suspicion in the double murder. It's scary that it really could be someone that you did know. Underhill continued, like they always say, it could be your neighbor or it could be someone that you know. But then you're like, no. And when you find out it's true, it's kind of scary. According to the barkeep, indicated Allen worked in town, presumably at CVS, where Underhill said he would go as a customer and where Allen would say, do you need any help? Just like a normal guy that I've seen for the last couple years. Crazy. JJ, I've got a feeling they're making a delay to work out a deal. He's going to plead guilty. Yeah, I think he's going to give him information for a deal. Deja Vu, what's up? Yeah, why was he burning evidence? Were they just checking? Just to make sure they're checking, crossing the T's, dotting the I's, whatever. I always wondered if he hid her phone somehow. the offender didn't take it, didn't seem to know he'd been filmed. She may have dropped it as they were led under the bridge. Yeah, I think there's a whole another part of that story that we don't know. Doug Carter says he knows. He's like, I know what happened down there. How normal Richard Allen is. Hey, Nathan. Nathan says the scary thing about this case is how normal Richard Allen is. But we don't know. You know, we don't know how he was behind the scenes. You know, leaves the pool hall with some trusted friends and then becomes somebody completely different, you know. Ruckus, the DA wants to make sure they turn over discovery that it falls under the gag order. Yep. Richard Allen is going to plead out. He hasn't waived his right to a speedy trial, so there's no use for a continuance. Yep, I can see that playing out. A whole lot of speculation. When we don't have anything, that's all we're left with. BTK was normal when at home. Yeah, what a weird dude, huh? And he was a park ranger too, I believe. DNR type. Takes so long to leave, looking for the phone and bullet. Maybe. Yep, it could be. Everything's fine on my end. There's so much information that needs to be disclosed, so if they want no chance of a mistrial, etc., they need to check all boxes. I agree. You guys saying I have some kind of lag? Not sure why. Might be YouTube. Park rangers are canceled. Back was a compliance officer and a dog catcher. Okay, so let's take a look at that video that they took the screenshot from. This is there's a lot of interesting information in this video here.
Up a fire.
So they dug up his fire pit. What if he had gotten word, you know, and they're like, hey, they're on to you. And he was like right in the middle of doing something. Thanks, Jamie. Yeah, smash that like button. It's a free way you can help Sleuth Channel out. Definitely. It really is. You would be surprised how much that really helps. Like when you have a lot of likes, like the video just skyrockets. It's crazy.
This morning, our top story this morning happening right now in Carroll County.
Thanks, Stephanie. Hey, what's up, hippie? Look at that. See, that's how you do it. Just hit the thumbs up. Boom. All right, now I think I grabbed just a couple random videos that I thought were interesting. We'll just watch those and kind of hang back. Chat about them a little bit. Hey, what's up, kid? Good to see you, buddy. The murder came to the CVS.
The sheriff said it
Obviously, no connection there.
was a domestic issue where Allen was supposedly drunk and his wife took him to a Lafayette hospital. No law enforcement action was taken, but deputies were...
Damn. Let me ask you this. How drunk do you have to be for your wife to take you to the hospital? I mean, I've been pretty drunk. Usually I just fall over and then I wake up You know, it's like, oh shit. Then again, I guess you should probably should never get that drunk, but if you do, it should be in your favorite chair. Didn't I hear Richard Allen had 2 daughters? I don't know. One for sure. We know that. That much we do know. Good to see you, Anthony. Killers. I don't know. That name, huh? It's like Yoder. It's like almost sounds like Amish, like an Amish name. We're going to go help lift the barn with the Yoders. Stephanie, just the one daughter that we know of. He might have 10 for all we know. Yeah, there could be a whole nother side of this person, you know. He could be going through great lengths to keep himself private. We don't know. Yeah, Ruckus Rocks and Kid Check the Rhyme and Jinx. It's a trifecta right there. Is Yoder like Smith for Indiana? I don't know. It's connected to the floor fires. That much we do know. Yeah, it is like a little quaint little house, huh? Oh, I accidentally skipped one. Vanessa says, why is it a domestic issue? Well, it sounds like they made an agreement, like, yeah, he probably like roughed up his wife or hit his wife, and they knew somebody, or they came to an arrangement like he normally doesn't drink, or he promised he'll get better, or, you know, how do you go to a hospital and not jail? And why would you go to a hospital in Lafayette? Is that the closest like emergency room? I know that they have like an actual mental hospital in Lafayette. I think it might be the closest one. So did he go batshit in 2015? I wonder if we can find any incidences around that time. Your favorite chair. Never in my drinking days did my homegirls take me to the hospital, right? I mean, how could you possibly get that drunk where you're just like, oh my God, you gotta take me to the hospital? I mean, you would have to be drinking like for days. That's like usually if you kill like a bottle, boom, you're done. You're smashed. That's it, you know? But if you drink a whole bottle and then you drink another bottle on top of that to where you're alcohol poisoning, jeez. That's insane. Susan says, my 50th birthday, I got so drunk I needed to go to the hospital. See how drunk did you panic? Or were you like alcohol poisoning? Like, yeah, I'm about to die. My kidneys and my liver are shutting down. Yoder Leahy who. Speaking of passing out in your favorite chair. Same here. Irish Rose Days. I feel like I've met Richard types of dudes when I played on pool and dart leagues. I had a dude call me, see you next Tuesday, for beating him because I'm a chick. Oh, called me a C. Wait, oh, see you next. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you can't trust a guy that does that. I mean, you can make a mistake here and there. Just something about that word. I don't know. I don't know if it's about that word or if it's about the way people I respected when I was a younger person, the people I used to look up to, the way they felt about people who used that word. I think it has more to do with that. Was Yoda the first responding officer to Bruges on the 13th? Hope not. Well, that name Yoder, anyway. That much I do know. I've done that before, Ruckus. They wouldn't let me take my husband to the hospital. No, just separated us. Well, usually it's like drink a bunch of water or puke, and then you're good. You know, clean out your system. Don't let it sit there and don't let it continue to travel through your vital organs, I guess, including your brain. He was feeling the pain, the guilt. This would have been 2015, prior to the murders. Like maybe he has some mental health issues. Shit, for all we know, that's where he met his accomplice, in a mental hospital. Some random place. Yeah, been there too, Vanessa. Been there. Yeah, that case, that's an awful case. Whoever did that is completely out of their mind.
On the Monon High Bridge, literally calling for answers in Delphi. It's what this community has done for more than 5 years, never giving up on finding out what happened to Libby German and Abby Williams. In fact, in 2019, Heath was at it again.
They go all over the country,
sharing flyers about the murders, pictures of the suspect in his business's online orders.
It only takes one flyer in the right hands that might get a tip to crack the case.
You ready, sir? All right, you're ready.
Sharing memories of the girls with special events in their memory happened often over the years.
Oh my God, it's too much stuff. I can't fit it all in.
Including during the holidays with gifts donated for children in need through Abby's Angels, a mission started by Abby's mom, Anna Williams.
This was a project that Abby and I did together, and she really enjoyed it. So it was just kind of something important to me to keep doing in the future in her honor.
There were also food drives in Delphi as recently as this winter, and during that first summer after their deaths, 50 teams came out to play Abby and Libby's favorite sport, a softball tournament in their honor. There is now a memorial park with softball fields and picnic shelters in the girls' names off Hoosier Heartland Highway. Concerts and other fundraisers made it happen and made sure these friends were never forgotten, all from a community that never doubted justice would come one day too.
Later. TTM. See you. Yeah, I was like, okay, I'll see you. Oh, now I gotcha. Oh, we got a super chat. Let's see what's going on. Hey, Jerry, what's up? What's going on, Slew? Thank God it's Friday. And F those screw. Right? It's all good. It is all good. We're gonna keep up the pace regardless. See, where were we? All right. And I think we're actually we'll kick off the discussion right after this article. Even wants processed photos at the CVS for. Oh, hold on. Okay, I saw that lag there. He even wants processed photos at the CVS for Libby's family, her grandmother told reporters, and creepily, posters about the murdered girls were hanging Monday in the location where Allen worked. He just blended right in. Local resident of CVS customer Betty Cummings told the Indy Star, "You wouldn't even suspect the guy. He was always nice. Anybody would tell you that." A.J. Robinson told the paper, "You'd never think in a million years." Robinson told the paper that he's blind and Allen would always ask if he needed help at the pharmacy. Hobbies. Allen was a regular at the now closed JC's bar and grill, and the Indy Star reported Monday. The owner, Bob Matlock, told the paper the accused killer would come in with his wife 3 to 4 times a week and that Allen liked to play pool. They were a good family couple, Matlock said. That's what I guess was the biggest shock. Matlock said the families of the murdered girls would come to the bar too. Allen tends to go by Rick or Ricky. So I thought that was insane. Hey, what's up, Dave? Did you guys hear that? Matlock said the families of the murdered girls would come to the bar too, and that he was there like 4 times a week. So this guy, they had to know each other, right? Or no, not know, but maybe know of. That's crazy. So I thought I would share that with you guys. What do you think about that?
You're a terminated fucker.
One more time, just in case you missed it. But the family doesn't know him. I don't know. Not all of the family have commented. And the fact that he would be hanging out in the bar and like talking about them is really creepy. Yep, tons of speculation. Small towns, everyone's in only 1 degree of separation. Yep, small town USA from anyone else, but still creepy. He clearly knew of the families. A decent amount of them were frequenting the grill. And I know a couple of the family members were in some photographs too, if I remember correctly. I wonder, but it was at the bar. No, not like at a family function or anything. I wonder if he ever went up to the family to give his condolences. That would be something. We know they all knew each other. Seems like it. Oh, sorry, Indy. Indy says, I was being sarcastic, fool. Sorry I didn't pick up on it. All right, guys, we're going to hang out for like 5 minutes. And I'll see you members tomorrow. Like around 4 Eastern time. We're going to talk about all this stuff that you see here, but just more in detail and more in a more closed setting, I guess. More intimate setting, so to speak. Okay, hello, Honeybee. To say there's no way whatsoever he had any involvement doesn't seem possible with all that's left up in the air and the lies easily proven to be lies. Facts remain. Story doesn't add up. Yep, I can agree with that. Yeah, he had access to a lot of people's information. I mean, we know that Libby was adopted. Maybe he was targeting her, grooming her. Who knows? I'm telling you, there's a big part of this story that we haven't even heard yet. That maybe even law enforcement hasn't even heard. Growing crazy. We need Flora on everyone's radar. What would be the motive in Flora? That's the only part I couldn't even begin to understand. It's got to be madness. Pure madness. Whoever did Flora they're completely mad. Later, Ruckus. I'll see you soon. He can't explain why he was there for 2 hours or why his bullet was there. Well, first of all, they got to prove that that's his bullet. We need to stop taking that for granted, I think. We just accept like, oh, it's solid information. It's science. Like, no, they're going to try to use science and scientists to convince a jury. But it doesn't mean that they will be convinced. So we can't lean on that too much because it's not really factual information. It's just potentially damning, I guess. Thank you, D. Swerving in the chat room. I was talking about Ron Logan. Oh, okay. Ron Logan. Sorry. Do any of you believe the tunnels were used that weekend? What tunnels? I mean, there's tunnels all over the Monon High Bridge, but not like underneath the bridge. But there's tunnels all over those trails. You can ride your bike right through them. I think there's like 3 of them. Definitely tunnels. But they're not secret tunnels. They're not secret bunkers. They may have been bunkers at one time, but now they're just like little tunnels that you can ride your bike through. Refurbished bunkers. Victimology is a bit different. Money motive. Okay, let me ask you this with the money motive stuff and the conspiracy theorist angle. the things that happened with the trails and the historic society and all those guys getting all this money, let's remove the Delphi situation, what happened to Abby and Libby. Let's pull that horrible situation out of the equation. Okay? Let's reverse history. We kicked the bridge guy. We went back in a time machine and we pushed the bridge guy off of the bridge as he's chasing the girls. Boom, never happened. Okay? It was a tragic accident. Some weird people were spotted fleeing or whatever. Okay? Changing history never happened. Okay. So would they have still gotten all that money? Would things have gone in the direction that they've gone today? Would certain of wills been kicked into motion if that wouldn't have happened? I think yes. I think it still would have gone forward, but I don't know. I don't know if they could have accomplished the things that they wanted to accomplish without that tragedy. And we know from history, it doesn't mean that they committed the tragedy, you know. They could have just they could have looked at it as an opportunity. But we're just searching for motive. Like, what could cause somebody to do this? Sexual assault? I don't know. I don't even know. I don't think they've released that information. I'm not 100% on that. Honeybee, what's up? Insurance or depraved arsonist or other? Yeah, who would just light a house on fire like that? It's pure madness. Please send me the link to your channel next time at Rick's. Love to check out your videos. At Honeybee. I hope they have more evidence. I mean, Anthony, they were digging up the fire pit. I wonder what they were looking for. Were they looking for a blade or something? Is it possible that there's like buttons, maybe like jacket buttons that could have like still survived? I doubt it. But most of that shit's probably aluminum or brass or something like that. Jamie says, yes, we need to make some noise for Flora. I've been doing some Flora content lately too. I don't even know where to begin. I mean, I can't operate from a place of emotion. It's too distracting. So if I can't stay calm and centered, I got to wrap my mind around it. Four victims, BP appraised their house. Statistic evidence. Wait, Innocence Project disagree in that bullet evidence statistically sleuth. Totally agree. Yeah, there's going to be some pros and cons, I think. The Murdaugh trial and how cell data has been used in that case. It makes me wonder what cell data holds in this case. And you remember Mike Patty was asked straight up, like, hey, where the bodies moved, is this a dump site? And he says, well, I don't know. But from what I gathered, from my perspective, no, I don't believe that. But I was never told flat out, yes or no, they were taken and then brought back. And then we also, in my last live stream, we talked about how they actually got some kind of strange ping around 2:30 a.m., right around the time they tried to get rid of Mike Patty. We know that's when he went home. They weren't letting anybody come across the bridge, and they were searching for the phone. So I'm wondering if that's when they found them, possibly. I don't know. Just thinking out loud. I wonder if they did find them extremely early on. But I know Mike says he was out there at 7 a.m. So that would make that impossible because he took those canoes and he said he started at the bridge. He would have seen something going on out there, I think. So scratch that. Going back in the time machine. Satanic shit in some of them. Psycho motive? Could be. This is about power. I wonder what that means. Trying to force them to do something, maybe? How often do you sharpen your pitchfork? I bet the McCains knew the tunnels like the back of their hands. Well, everybody knows the tunnels back of their hands. It's like, it's part of the trail system. I think there's a tunnel that goes by the Pizza Hut, right, guys? Yeah, there's tunnels all over there. Type in YouTube Delphi Historic Trail bike ride or something, and they'll go through the tunnels. You just need to wipe out of your head that these are some kind of sophisticated tunnel system under there from World War II or some shit. The tunnels were built for those purposes back in that time, you know, for people when the train stops or whatever, if they needed protection. But that's not what they are now. Bad drug deal. Tracy says bad drug deal by DG. I don't know, but I often wonder if the girls actually went out on the bridge and they met this guy. And they were like, hey, and Richard Allen's like, hey, are you here to meet somebody? And they're like, yeah. And he's like, well, yeah, I'm gonna take you to him or something. He's right over here, you know, he's down there. And they're like, really? And then she snaps a picture of Libby 207. And he's like, yeah, and they're all walking together, you know. And then she, you know, snaps her first image while he's with her behind, and then while he's behind her, snaps another one, walking together, and then boom, as they're walking, he just pulls out the gun. Like, it's either that or he was laying. It could only be three things. Either that, he was there with them while they were taking the pictures, because when they took the photos, there's nothing in front, nothing that way, and nothing down that way. Looking both ways on the bridge, there was no sign. So either he's standing right there with them and he just happens to be behind the camera when the images are taken. He's on the trail A, I think it's called, under the bridge, looking up at them as they're taking the photos, and shortly after they take the photos, he comes running up and then onto the bridge. That could be another scenario. Or he was laying in wait on the south end, which in my opinion, is what he was doing. Honeybee, pure madness. The clothes are very common in this area. How many Ayers properties have burned? Bullet is weak. Someone wanting insurance money. Arson still occurs. 3 teen girls as witnesses gave 3 different descriptions. Yep. The evidence will convict him was found in his house. I think so too, Stephanie, but we're not privy to that info. I'm leaning towards that as well. I agree with that, Stephanie. Tracy begin with Erskine. Not sure. Just because he put himself out there, I'm not sure. But yeah, I think he was part of the search and all that. Yeah, there could be something there. Not quite sure yet. Perhaps the evidence seen by the defense thus far is quite damning. Yeah, they may need more time to come up with a strategy. I'm telling you, I told you, you heard it from me here first. Richard Allen will flip on somebody. Maybe advised by counsel for a plea deal. Yeah, he'll turn over. Prosecutors trying to keep the discovery sealed for a reason. Too many names that they don't want getting away. Any more thoughts on Jordan Sofer sleuth? or not enough to really work with. I had a deep dive myself, but so limited info. I mean, I wish we could bring more attention to that case. There's a lot of people who haven't really given an interview to law enforcement, co-workers, people that were spending time with Jordan around that time. Her adopted father is not cooperating, as far as being detectives requesting interviews. They're not re-interviewing, stuff like that. So that's a tough one. It's another case where somebody being pushed around through the foster system, most likely targeted for whatever reason, and then just dumped. And then nobody's fighting for them. I believe the foster parents moved away that very year. It's just sad. Sleuth Intuition, I'm not saying Ron Logan was the one and only guy, but how anyone can rule out his involvement is puzzling. Yeah, I don't think anybody can rule out his involvement. I think they're just saying like, hey, this guy's he's not the bridge guy. And he had good reason to, create an alibi, specifically for the time that he knew, only for the time that he knew the girls were missing. Up until the point like where they seen him. Like, well, we've seen Ron Logan at this point. I don't know. It makes sense to me. But yeah, no, you can't rule out his involvement. Can't rule out really a lot of people's involvement, but I don't see anything pointing. The one thing pointing at him is the alibi. Hoosier the Bruiser. Rest in peace, buddy. I'm sure he's still checking in from time to time. What about the scream at 2 a.m.? Could be fabricated, fake, misidentified. Could be potential animal. Who knows? We know from the Idaho murders case that some of these trolls are really evil. They would go out there and they create fake accounts, then like all these other accounts and create all this fictitious information so that online sleuths follow these fake trails. And then when they finally discover that it's some kind of planted shit, like then they kind of realize how wicked it was. Like it was a big joke, But at the same time, a lot of these online sleuths can take it too far. True, Stephanie. That is 100%. I think he only took the canoe down. Yep, he took the canoe downstream from the bridge towards town at 7 a.m. according to an interview he provided. Yep, that's true, Richard. All right, let me grab one more. What's up, Rebecca? Thanks, Digital. Yeah, that was a good one. Let's see. Who will it be? Oh, did we talk about the prosecutor? Yeah, it's his office. If he needs to hire more people, he's going to hire more people. That's his job. Figure that shit out. Honda, what's up? Yep, Hoosier the Bruiser already knows all about this case. We just got to hope he sends us some clues. All right. We'll stop here with Digital. At least here while I'm on screen. There is too much contrast between BG's jacket and jeans for the jeans to be mistaken for black in any lighting except pitch dark, in my opinion. Is that the verdict? Yeah, I keep mulling that over. I don't know. I think that needs to be put to the test. But just
from personal experience. I don't know. And you got to remember, it's not just that. It's like the recollection part. It's like multi-variable, multifaceted equation. Didn't see two men. Could be. Yeah, we're drowning. That's him selling that, hey, we need more funds. You know, I need people to over here that I can throw paperwork to. But not only that, like they're trying to focus on this case and they don't want to screw it up. But they have other cases too that need attention. You know, they can't just put all their resources into this case and then just let all this other stuff pile up. You know, you'll have Delphi would turn into Gotham City. You know what I mean? So he's just saying, like, hey, while we're over here doing our best to get the most important case resolved, I need another team over here to make sure that these other cases are not being neglected, which is what he should be doing. It's his job. Out of the room here. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me on this Friday. If you're going to be out and about, just be safe. Designated drivers, whatever. Stay home. You know, just be safe. If you're part of the replay crew, hit the like button, leave a comment. And I'll see you guys at the next one. Kid, yeah, says it's the state of Indiana versus Richard Allen. Resources should be available from the state, perhaps. I think they got what they wanted. They're going to get the funds to hire, like, I think 4 other employees, and they even gave the current employees like a $5,000 raise. So they got what they asked for. Good point, Dave. Good point. Thanks, Steve. Thanks for hanging out and holding it down as a mod. I appreciate it. Jinx. Designated drunk. There you go, Tax. You got a miracle. It's gonna be the shocker. They better have it digital. That's all I'm saying. I also have a hard time buying MMB witness statement. Yeah, they'll attack her credibility for sure. Thank you, Lisa. Thanks, Honey B. Richard Dobson, Beach Ferry. Yeah, great discussion. Good night, Jamie. Later, guys. I'll see you members tomorrow.